Hello friends, so this is 2NIP Vasu and I'm showing you the configuration of 2NIP Vasu. So this is status page. Here you can see the 2N product name, hardware version, serial number, firmware version, bootloader, uptimes, power sources, PoE, internal camera, services. It is using DHCP to get the IP address on the network and registered on the SIP server. Okay, and you can see the license. So we have gold license in this 2NIP Vasu, and here you can see that events, motion detected, registration state change, motion detected, device state, startup, means the device is boot off. And now going to next field is directory, services, phone registration. It has two SIP accounts, SIP1 and SIP2, calls, audio, video, and local call settings. So I'm showing you how to configure an IP also and SIP server. So display name you can leave it as it is. In the phone ID you have to given the extension number. Domain is the SIP server IP address. Enable this authentication ID and give the same extension number here as this ID, and SIP authentication password, SIP server IP address, and port number of your SIP server, UDP port. Enable this, given the IP address of your SIP server, SIP UDP port, and click on save. It will be registered. As well, you can configure the second account if you want, but we are not configuring right now. Calls, you have by default it is set on auto always busy. You have to select it automatic, means whenever you call this device it will automatically answer that call. You don't need to answer manually. If you want to manual pickup, select manual pickup for second account, and for first account we are choosing account automatic. Click save. Audio, we are using PCMU as highest priority, PCMA second priority, and rest are disabled. Sending mode is all calls, RFC233 DTMF method, DTMF receiving in audio, RDP RFC2833, SIP4 RFC2976. Video, Windows 264 has highest priority, then 263 plus second priority, 263 third priority. The maximum video resolution is PK. Maximum frame rate is 30 frame rate, and bit rate is 512 kbps to 2 Mbps. So we are choosing here to 1 Mbps. Local calls, you don't have to do anything over here. Streaming, you can also enable RDSP stream. Okay, so if anyone wants to play its stream on VLC, you just copy this address and paste in your VLC or RDSP server. And on which you can add this device on your NVR, and you can get the recording of this to an IP also, because it has inbuilt camera, so you can record its camera streaming on your NVR. You can also configure email, so that you can email on call, email on access, email on event. So there are multiple options you can do with email. If there is an event, it will suit your email. Separation lost or device rebooted, 10% activation. Mobile key is for we have connected here in the device Bluetooth module, so you can also operate the door lock via mobile application via Bluetooth. The mobile application is TrueNIP Mobile. Automation, HTTPS API, user sound. You can upload your sound for events or calling. You can schedule announcement on the speaker of TrueNIP Verso. So there are 10 messages you can upload, and the maximum size is 256 KB. Then web server, audio test, you can test the audio. SNMP, it support also SNMP. So you can also access or manage this device via SNMP also. Now switch setting, you have to enable switch 1. Keep it monostable. Switch on duration means the switch will be activated for this duration. This is 5 seconds. You can increase as per your requirement. The control output is relay. If you have devices which work through relay, so you can select here relay and connect that device to an IP Verso relay output. Or if you want devices which powered up with the TrueNIP Verso output, so you have to select output 1 and it gives 12 volt output. You can connect electromagnetic lock which use 12 volt supply, and you have to use here output type inverted so that it will give you continuous supply on electromagnetic lock. But in case if you have a door strike which needs power supply when locks get activated, so you have to select as normal, means the lock will have no power. Whenever you trigger, it will have. So this is the setting for log configuration, and you have to select here for like 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you call to this device from outside or from a phone, so if you want to operate the door lock, you just have to press 4, 5, 6, 7 and the lock will be operated. And if you want to operate the lock via the keypad of the TrueNIP Verso, you just have to press star 4, 5, 6, 7 and then S. So the door lock will be operated. Here this is the sound signaling. It means when the lock operates, it will TrueNIP Verso beep, short beep, long beep, or you can customize your user sound as per your requirement. So here I am using none, means no sound at all. And activation, you can bypass the code by means the lock will be operated by the call itself. Whenever any incoming call, the lock will be operated. Whenever any outgoing call, lock will be operated. Or any means incoming or outgoing, the lock will be operated. You don't have to press any code. So we are not using any call signaling or lock operation. We have disabled this. Okay. You don't have to do anything over here. And this is the maximum volume, 8 dB. The default is 0 dB. And if you want maximum volume from the 290 versus speaker, you have to select plus 8 dB. And this is for camera setting. And whenever you call to this device from a video phone and you want external camera streams, you have to select your external camera. If you want internal camera stream, you have to select internal camera. Internal camera settings, there are brightness level, color saturation, camera mode, day night mode, and this is the motion detection. You can also enable motion detection on this, and whenever any motion in front of its camera, it will give you activity graph as this red indication. Okay. And if you want external camera stream, you have to give the RDSP stream here of external camera, RDSP : / username : password @ IP address of camera : port number, and then primary, secondary or third stream. So I'm using secondary stream, so I have type here sub for secondary stream. Username, admin, password here, and it is giving you live view of camera. Buttons configurations. So before configuring button configuration, we have to go to profile directory, then create users. Like I'm creating a user, test, extension number is 19, and you can poll up to 3 numbers parallelly or one by one. If you select here, the poll will be go parallelly on second number. So 19 and 20 will get poll parallelly if someone call to this user from 2N. So I have configured a user, so I'm using here test and save it. So when I press quick dial button, there is one button on the unit. If I press that button, it will call to test user, and test user will have 2 numbers 19 and 20. Call will be initiated on 2 numbers 19 and 20. And here you can configure your DSCP or manual IP address. I'm using DSCP to get the IP from my router. Date and time,